Dr. Emily Harper had dedicated her life to unraveling the mysteries of the human mind. Her latest research had led her to an old, forgotten asylum on the outskirts of town. The asylum, once a beacon of hope for the mentally ill, had long since fallen into disrepair and was now enveloped in a shroud of eerie silence. Determined to uncover the secrets hidden within, Emily ventured into the decaying structure armed with little more than a flashlight and a notebook. The moment she stepped inside, she felt a chill crawl down her spine. The air was heavy with the scent of mildew and rot, and the darkness seemed to press in on her from all sides. As she navigated the winding corridors, her flashlight flickered, casting fleeting shadows that danced on the walls. It wasn't long before she began to hear strange noises, whispers, faint but unmistakable, echoing through the empty halls. Her rational mind told her it was just the wind, but deep down she couldn't shake the feeling that she was not alone. She pressed on, driven by curiosity and a growing sense of dread. Her search led her to the old records room, where she hoped to find patient files that could shed light on the asylum's history. As she sifted through the dusty files, she came across a name that sent chills down her spine: Lillian Carter. Lillian had been a patient at the asylum in the early 1900s, admitted for reasons that were never fully documented. Intrigued, Emily dug deeper into Lillian's file and discovered a series of troubling entries. The more she read, the more she realized that Lillian had been subjected to horrendous treatments, all in the name of science. The final entry was particularly harrowing. It spoke of Lillian's sudden and unexplained disappearance. The room grew colder, and Emily's breath appeared in ghostly puffs before her. She felt a cold hand brush against her shoulder, and she spun around, but no one was there. Panic set in, and she fled the records room, her footsteps echoing loudly in the empty hallways. She reached the entrance, but the door wouldn't budge. It was as if the asylum itself was holding her captive. Desperate, she pounded on the door, but the world outside remained oblivious to her cries for help. Suddenly, a voice whispered in her ear, soft yet chilling, "You shouldn't have come here." Emily turned to see a shadowy figure standing at the end of the hall. She was paralyzed with fear as it slowly approached, its form becoming more defined with each step. It was Lillian, or rather, the ghost of Lillian, her eyes filled with a sorrow that spoke of untold suffering. Without warning, the flashlight died, plunging Emily into complete darkness. In that pitch-black void, she felt an overwhelming presence, as if the asylum's tormented souls had all gathered around her. She screamed, but no sound escaped her lips. And then, just as suddenly as it began, the darkness lifted. Emily found herself outside the asylum, her flashlight in hand and her notebook lying open at her feet.